What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Tonight is fight night. I've been waiting on this fight. I'm super excited for this one. It's Showtime. Shawn Porter versus Terence Crawford. This is the first time we will get to see Terence Crawford against PBC competition. He's crossing over to the other side of the street and facing a PBC opponent. This will be, I think this is the best fighter on Terence Crawford's resume at this point. We all know who Showtime Shawn Porter is. Shawn Porter is a game fighter. He's coming. He shows up in every single fight he's in. He shows up to be the usual Tasmanian devil and live dog that he is in every fight, man. I think Shawn Porter makes every fight that he's in a rough and tough fight. He's a guy that's going to smother you with punches, jump all over you. You know what I mean? He's going to be right there all up in your grill, ready to mix it up, ready to scrap. He has an unorthodox, awkward style, I think, that makes it difficult for fighters to adjust to, and Shawn often makes fighters fight his style, right? And I respect Shawn a lot. Shawn has fought every single big name opponent outside of Manny Pacquiao before Manny Pacquiao retired in the welterweight division, man. You gotta respect the guy who's willing to step in there against top competition and risk losing fights, you know? Terence Crawford is an exceptional fighter. I got him the #2 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world behind Canelo Alvarez. Terence Crawford can do just about everything you can think of. The man he can knock out guys, he can stop guys, he can outbox guys cleanly, he can switch hit, he can switch from orthodox to southpaw fighting style. Great counterpunching ability, got dog in him, he got a mean streak in him to get guys up out of there. What we like to see from what pugilists or people who are pugilist aficionados, what many like to see in a fighter. A well-rounded fighter, he is that. You know what I mean? Achieved a great amount at 140, was undisputed champion at 140, became champion at 147 after defeating Jeff Horn, beat Jose Benavidez, beat Amir Khan, beat Mean Machine, and beat Kell Brook. So now we're seeing him take a step up. This is Terence Crawford's time to shine. We will get to see what Terence Crawford is made of exactly. I think Terence Crawford is made of the goods. Now, y'all know I'm a huge Errol Spence Jr. fan. If they were to fight, y'all know I'm riding with Errol Spence Jr., but I'm no dummy. I'm not going to disrespect Terence Crawford. I know what he is. I was a fan of Terence Crawford before I was a fan of Errol Spence. So I know what Terence Crawford is capable of doing, and I think he rises to the occasion in big fights. In fights where guys may be waning on him, maybe iffy about him, I think he shows up and delivers. In this fight, Shawn Porter's best bet is to jump on Terence Crawford early and hurt him early, if possible. Try to hurt him early and see if that will stop Terence Crawford from walking him down. Because Terence has the tools and abilities to walk him down. Great counterpunching ability. Shawn could get tagged several times and get stunned with the punching power that he has. Now, Shawn has been in there with Errol Spence Jr. Now, while I believe that Errol Spence chose to fight toe-to-toe with Shawn, I still recognize and believe that there is a certain skill level that I think, even though Errol is my dog, I think Terence has certain tools in his toolbox that Errol Spence Jr. may not have. And I am of the belief that Terence Crawford is a better finisher than my boy Errol Spence Jr. I do believe that. I believe they both can stop guys tremendously, but I think Terence has a little bit better stopping ability than Errol Spence Jr. Again, that doesn't mean it's going to be it's going to be just a walk in the park, or when he fights Errol Spence Jr. or nothing like that. Because Manny Pacquiao, in my opinion, was a better finisher than Floyd Mayweather Jr. But I feel like Floyd Mayweather was the better all around fighter. I'm sorry. But I think that Terence is a guy that has great stopping ability, and he's a better finisher than Errol Spence. So he may be able to get the job done. I'm going to tell you this, right? I got this fight going all 12 rounds in unanimous. I got it a unanimous decision in favor of Terence Crawford. I got the scorecards being at worst 8 rounds to 4, at best 9 rounds to 3 in favor of Terence Crawford. I think it's going to take some rounds for Terence to maybe figure out Shawn's style, but eventually he's going to adjust. He's going to time Shawn well. He's going to counter Shawn extremely well, and he's going to get in. Eventually, he's going to get in. If Shawn tries to mix it up with him and he hurts him, that'll stop Terence a little bit. But one thing I know about Terence, once he gets hurt and clipped, he goes into a dog mode and he goes into attack. And that's when you start to see him try to deliver body shots to hurt and another fighter and trade back and forth. Shawn can punch, but I don't think he has the punching power that will be extremely dangerous for Terence Crawford. I think he has mauling ability. I think he has ability to put together some punches to wane you from from coming forward, but it's not enough to be like, damn, I gotta stay out of this guy's line of fire. You know what I mean? I saw Terence Errol Spence take heavy shots from Shawn Porter and keep coming forward and stalking Shawn Porter. And I think that Terence Crawford can do the exact same thing with more precision and better counter-punching ability, in my opinion. And I think that Shawn's going to get hit with a punch he really does not see coming. It's going to crack him, and either he'll survive the round or he will go out. You know what I mean? He'll go out on his back maybe. I got a unanimous decision, but I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford is able to pull off a stoppage. Now, if Terence Crawford pulls off the stoppage, I think that levels the playing field a little bit more between him and Errol Spence Jr. Now guys going to be like, damn, okay. All right, well, Terence was able to do something that no other fighter could do. Shawn has not been stopped at all before. So if he's able to stop Shawn Porter, he's going to get a tremendous amount of kudos, as he should, because it's a step up in competition, and stopping a guy with the likes of Shawn Porter, who's always in tremendous shape, in great condition, it'll mean a lot. Going forward, I think that if Errol Spence, I think he's trying to fight Yordenis Ugas. If he secures that third belt, he'll be in a different type of, he'll have a different type of leverage as far as the money goes in that fight, and he'll be able to demand a higher purse than Terence Crawford. You know, a higher split of the purse than Terence Crawford. I don't know if Terence Crawford's going to like that, and I hope it doesn't stop the fight, but I believe if Errol Spence captures that third belt, he will for sure demand a higher split in the purse, and then it will be rightfully deserved. And I don't know if hopefully Terence Crawford is willing to accept a 60-40 split at most. That would be a respectable split in my eyes, right? Even now, even if he were to defeat Shawn, a 60-40 split still would be a favorable split because Errol has 2 belts to 1. So that would still be a favorable split in my opinion. But I'm anxious to see an Errol Spence Jr. Terence Crawford fight. But again, I know what Terence Crawford is capable of. He's an extremely skilled fighter. He's a skillful guy. A lot of tools in the toolbox. Whenever he's hurt and in trouble, he can do a lot of different things that I don't think Shawn can do. I got to give Shawn his credit, though. Shawn has over his career, earlier in his career, beat Andre Berto, stopped Andre Berto, beat Adrian Broner at a time when people thought that Broner was still he had just lost against Marcos Maidana, but people still looked at him in a certain light and in an ilk that he was still a top guy. He beat Adrian Broner soundly. He beat Danny Garcia, had a close fight with Keith Thurman. He lost to Kell Brook. Had a very, very close fight to Yordenis Ugas. And it was close enough to where, he could have got away with the W. A lot of people feel like Ugas should have won that fight. I think Ugas should have been the winner in that fight, but I'm not mad at Shawn getting the decision because it was razor thin. It was close. So I'm not going to, it was close. And Shawn fought valiantly, and he was able to get the victory against Ugas, which is something that he should be commended and respected for after we saw what Ugas did against Manny Pacquiao, the great Manny Pacquiao. So I know what Shawn is. Kenny always got Shawn ready. Shawn is ready. He is never scared of anybody. He's coming to be a dog. He's coming to gain the respect of a fighter. He's coming for blood in every single fight he's in. With that being said, if Shawn Porter were to lose this fight, I think at that point he would be officially a gatekeeper at the 147 pound division. He would be a gatekeeper in the welterweight division. And unless maybe he stops a young and upcoming fighter like a Virgil Ortiz or something, if he beats one of those guys, I think it will maybe shift in his favor. But I think if he loses against Terence Crawford, he'll take a guy, another tune-up type fight, get a victory in that, and then try to go against another young and upcoming lion. I think his best bet is to fight Virgil Ortiz and not Boots Ennis. And I don't think Shawn want to fight Boots probably at this point. I don't know. I mean, Shawn ain't scared of nobody, but I think he knows, like, man, listen, Boots is a different problem, a different animal. I think the better bet would be Virgil. Virgil is nothing to shake at it, nothing either at all. He's nothing to sniff at it. Virgil's a tough, strong opponent, game fighter, very, very skilled and hard-hitting fighter. But I think the better bet of the two for Shawn would be a Virgil Ortiz, because Virgil had problems with Maurice Hooker at times. So I think that Shawn may be able to steal a victory and secure a victory against Virgil Ortiz at this point, at this juncture of his career. Now, if he gets better and keeps going on and improving, it may be too late for Shawn. If he loses this fight, the best bet for him to stay in contention and stay relevant in the welterweight division and not become a gatekeeper is for him to try his luck against Virgil Ortiz. But with that being said, man, my prediction is Terence Crawford by unanimous decision, 12 rounds, of course. I wouldn't be surprised if the stoppage came, but if the stoppage comes, I think it'll be late. I think it'll be like the 9th round. Machiavelli Mills TV, thank y'all for rocking with me. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Again, I thank everybody for rocking with me. I appreciate all the love and support. Tell everybody to subscribe to the channel, y'all. Don't just watch the video, subscribe. And I see a lot of the people that's watching my videos aren't subscribed. I would appreciate it if you all subscribe to the channel. And I'm gonna keep making this content that I've been doing, y'all. Peace.